taken their bow. Now, the race for October takes center stage. Every game carries more weight. Seattle looks to ignite a second-half surge toward the postseason.
It's gone!
Standing in their way tonight, All-Star Logan Webb.
That thing is filthy.
Giants, Mariners, right now on Fox.
Welcome to Baseball Night in America, where we open up the second half with a West Coast Interleague matchup from the corner of Edgar and Dave. The San Francisco Giants making their every other year trip to the beautiful city of Seattle, taking on the Mariners. Logan Webb is up on the mound, an all-star this year for the third consecutive season. And the Mariners happy to have one of their all-stars from previous years back. Julio Rodriguez activated off the injured list and in the lineup tonight for Game 2 against the Giants. In the American League West, the Mariners right now on the outside looking in, 2 games in back of the first place Texas Rangers. Great to have you with us tonight. Aaron Goldsmith alongside Eric Karros from inside T-Mobile Park. And EK, not a whole lot's changed this year for the Mariners. They can really pitch it, and they've struggled, especially recently, scoring runs.
Yeah, they have. And one of the things they've got going for them is they're still competing for a division. And yes, the playoffs are still in their sight. Offensively, it has been an absolute struggle this season. You take a look at these rankings, 28th in runs per game, the average 29th. For me, the most important thing, especially with this ball club, 28th in slugging, last in extra base hits. It's led to where they're at right now.
Yeah, team is really built to hit it over the fence in many ways. The Mariners have not been doing a whole lot of that recently. They're hoping this man will help. Julio Rodriguez has been on the injured list since the early days of July, reinstated today from the 7-day concussion IL. There's no question, EK, the Mariners are needing Julio, along with last year's MVP runner-up Cal Raleigh and Josh Naylor, to start bringing the slug a little bit.
Well, these are the 3 core offensive players for this ball club. See, Julio Rodriguez, 14 home runs. He had 10 of those in the month of May. These guys all need to get going if they want to end up playing in October.
All right, well, speaking of home runs, we saw a pretty impressive one last night from the Giants and their young star, Bryce Eldridge. He came into this year as one of the top prospects in baseball. He's really caught your eye.
Yeah, he really has. If you're talking about the Giants, you got to start looking to next year. This is a young player, 21 years old, tremendous power, as you mentioned. A big home run last night, great strike zone awareness. He's somebody that I feel the Giants will build around in the future.
It will not be easy for either lineup in this one tonight. We have a sensational pitching matchup for you here in Game 2 of this series, Mariners and the Giants. Logan Webb will go for San Francisco. He was the June National League Pitcher of the Month. On the other side of things, Bryan Woo, an all-star last year, has been nearly untouchable at home.
Well, he has been untouchable at home. Bryan Woo attacks the strike zone, keeps the ball in the ballpark. Logan Webb, same sort of pitcher. He was outstanding, as you mentioned, in June. July has not been kind to him. Looks to change things this evening.
Webb versus Woo, Giants versus the Mariners. Should be a good one on a glorious night for baseball here in the great Pacific Northwest. First pitch coming up next on Fox. Degrees here in Seattle, Mariners and the Giants, and a nearly full house inside T-Mobile Park. You can already see the shadows starting to creep in. Should be interesting for the hitters for a little while in the early innings in this one before the shadows take over the entire infield. Speaking of the hitters in this one for the Giants, it is Luis Arraez leading things off. Where will Luis Arraez be in, I don't know, a month or so from now? He leads things off. Certainly a name that has been tossed around a lot with the trade deadline coming up. Bryce Eldridge and Casey Schmidt, top 3 in the order, pretty formidable, especially when you throw in Rafael Devers, who got off to a slow start and really has heated up since then. Jung-Hoo Lee batting over 300 as well. Adamas a grand slam in last night's game. Bats in the number 7 hole, and Daniel Susac doing the catching and hitting last. Tony Vitello, first-year Giants skipper. We had a chance to catch up with the former Tennessee Volunteers head coach. He's made the unorthodox transition from the college game to a big league dugout. And there's been a lot swirling around the Giants this year, and obviously their win-loss record doesn't help much, EK.
It certainly hasn't been seamless, but
getting a chance to speak with Tony, and he is super cerebral. He had some great phrases, great lines that I will break out tonight, and I might even claim for my own. But look, he's doing what he can do, and the realistic part of looking at the Giants is the roster is what it is, and you've got to accept that.
Well, it's Bryan Woo up on the mound for the Mariners in this one tonight. Woo has had kind of a mixed season when you look at what he has done on the road versus at home. He's been electric inside T-Mobile Park. His numbers overall in an ERA at about 4.25 this season. He was an all-star a year ago, a true breakout campaign last season for Bryan Woo.
Yeah, he had an outstanding season last year. And this year just hasn't been, as you mentioned, as seamless. You take a look at what he does. It's the four-seam fastball, the sinker, slider, sweeper, change, and he's specific to left-handed hitters and right-handed hitters and what he will use. But you can pretty much guarantee when you go up to that plate, at some point you're getting that fastball.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Our Fisher Investments player profile, we dig a little deeper in those home road splits for Woo. It has been a little bit of a mystery. They've been this extreme, an ERA barely over 2 at home. On the road, a 6.28. It feels like the road numbers have kind of taken on a life of their own. Mariners very happy to have him pitching on his home mound tonight.
Certainly, and again, can he explain it? He has no reason for it, but it's there. And then you get asked about it, they talk about it, we talk about it. Next thing you know, it becomes more of a reality.
Well, Dan Wilson is his manager. Mariners Hall of Famer, second full season as the Mariners skipper. Took over the back half of the 2024 season. And the shadows there of the home first base dugout here inside T-Mobile Park. Not a cloud above. Beautiful blue skies here in Seattle. Bryan Woo all warmed up and ready to go. Luis Arraez, an all-star once again this year, climbs in. Batting a robust .328 on the year. The master of contact, Luis Arraez. Bryan Woo into the motion, his first pitch, and it just misses outside with that fastball you were talking about.